President Uhuru Kenyatta and his elder brother Raila Odinga yesterday began their extensive tour of development projects in Nyanza ahead of the Madaraka Day celebrations, which will be held in Kisumu. But there was a problem. The plane which carried Raila Odinga from Kisumu International Airport to the venue of the first event crash landed while taking off. Raila Odinga was not in that plane. The pilot and 4 other passengers sustained minor injuries. So we thank God for that. And I've received several questions, several concerns, and messages of goodwill from many people asking me what really transpired. So I want us to try and retrace what probably might have happened. Because there are several theories. There's a theory which is really gaining traction that that particular plane crash landed because it was told, the pilot was told to remove it to allow the president's chopper to land. I don't think that's the truth. And I'm going to explain, I'm going to illustrate. But let me just first of all begin by sharing with you the statement by Dennis Onyango. Dennis Onyango is saying, who is the spokesperson of Raila Odinga. Dennis Onyango is saying this. Dennis Onyango said this because Dennis Onyango is the spokesperson of Raila Odinga. Dennis is saying, accident involving Right Honorable Raila Odinga's chopper. Former Prime Minister Raila Odinga is safe following an incident in which a chopper that had flown him from Kisumu to game in Siaya County crashed shortly after dropping him and his entourage of 4 people. The helicopter Bell 407 registration 5YPSM had dropped Mr. Odinga at Kudo Primary School in game when it attempted to lift off to create space for other planes. Unfortunately, it crashed. There were no fatalities as the pilot and 4 others who were on board escaped with minor injuries. Mr. Odinga successfully proceeded with his scheduled activities with the president, Dennis Onyango. So what really transpired? Now let us go to Kisumu because that's where it began. President Uhuru Kenyatta arrived in Kisumu and they was to go to game for their first event. And as expected, the president's choppers are actually supposed to be the last one to land. So which means Raila Odinga had to leave Kisumu and reach Wagai before the president. In an ideal situation, if the deputy president was there, then it would have meant that Raila Odinga arrives, then the deputy president, and then the president. But because the deputy president was not there, so the protocol was that Raila Odinga was to receive the president. So you can see from this photo that Professor Nyang'nyong'o is actually escorting Raila Odinga to the plane and is now bidding bye to him. So basically that's the last moment the plane took off successfully. Then it went up to game. And I want you to try and follow. this video, which is going to demonstrate what truly transpired. Now, from this video, you can see from far Raila Odinga's chopper coming, and that's it, landing. It's landing there successfully. That's Raila Odinga's chopper. You can see it has landed. Then a few minutes later, the president's chopper is also making his way. You can see people are like, they have noticed that the president's chopper is coming. Yeah, it's there. That's president's chopper. So it's coming, and it's also landing, the first one, because the president normally has two. So this one is coming and it's landing. It's landing. Let's just wait for it to land. Let's just wait for it to land successfully. So it has landed again successfully. Remember, Raila Odinga's chopper already landed. So this is president's chopper landing, the first one. No, the second one has also actually landed this other side. Okay, the second one is there, coming. The second, I think, yeah, the second one is there, coming. I think this is now the president, and landing. Yeah. So this one is landing. Yes, it's landing. So you can see this, the two, the president's choppers are two. And if you look keenly to the other side, or the other end, you will notice that Raila Odinga's chopper is there. Then at this point, Raila Odinga gets out of this. Yeah, so Raila Odinga is going to receive the president. You can see. Yes. So they're waiting for the president. He has received the president. So Raila Odinga is now leaving this venue. So you can see then Raila Odinga is leaving this venue, this particular school, using a Prado. So the school and the venue of the event was some short distance. And because where the event was taking place, the space was small, so they chose the landing area to be school. So Raila landed there, Uhuru landed there. Then now they used their vehicles to the event. So once they were at that event, what happened then was that they were supposed to go to the second event. Because I'm seeing from Dennis Onyango's statement, there's something which is saying here that the plane was actually taking off to create room for others. Once the president's chopper has landed, no any other would have been allowed to land. So at this point, everything is clear. Raila has landed, Uhuru has landed, and they've been taken to the second venue. So during this period, all these three choppers are still here. And then Raila started embarking on a journey to the next venue, driving with President Uhuru Kenyatta. So actually they left after finishing whatever took them in the first venue. So they left their convoy. Then the pilot, because Raila Odinga's chopper is the one who is supposed to start first, the pilot then tried to start it so that they could fly and reach, because you know it takes just a few minutes for a chopper to move from point A to point B. So they knew they were going to reach ahead of these people, or even after that, because it was expected that Raila, Uhuru would go back using the choppers. So the pilots decided, let us fly them to the nearest school around the venue of the next event. So while trying to take off, this is where the problem occurred. I don't know whether it's a human problem or mechanical problems, but what I know is that that's what transpired. And it's also not the first time this particular plane, chopper, is crash landing. When Raila Odinga went to Turkana, he used this particular chopper. And it failed to take off at some point. Then it came back. So that chopper has problems. The chopper is actually owned by Ephraim Maina, the Nyeri senator. Raila Odinga has a preference for it because being a Bell chopper, it's a bit big. You know, Raila Odinga has a back problem, the one he was operated on. So normally he prefers a situation where he sits in a relaxed manner. Only Bell can do that. And that's why he's mostly using this particular Bell. But Raila Odinga is safe. There is no need to worry. There is a God which is still protecting Raila Amolo Odinga. But Raila Odinga must start thinking for alternatives. I don't know what you think. If you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time you produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And with your subscribers, I want to continue to thank you guys for your continued support. It's been an amazing 2021 since we began in January. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day.